Hello, 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 and welcome to the channel. We are back. Um, I'm going to kind of show you what I was doing for cash stuffing and then explain why it's not working and what I'm going to do instead. And then I think it's going to help you understand like why I'm like, this just didn't work. So I had a bunch of fake bills that I was using because I was doing digital cash stuffing. And while yes, they say copy, they really do look very lifelike. Like they're supposed to be like teaching aids. Um, and so that's what I was doing. But then I had all this money in the bank account, and it was like really confusing. Like, oh, I have all this money, but I don't have all this money, and then I have all this money here. And I also think that there are going to be some things that I digitally stuff and then some things that I actually cache stuff, and I didn't want there to be any kind of confusion between, yes, I know it says copy and it says copy, um, and is copy we trust, play money only. Um, I just didn't want there to be any kind of confusion about what's in the bank and what's um, in my stash here. Anyway, I had this binder. I actually really like the binder. I feel like it was a good quality. I got it on Amazon. I'm not unhappy with that. It's a magnetic one. And I didn't get too far into this. I started making some of these like dashboards. I absolutely loathe these zipper pouches. They are not great. But anyway, I had like paper dashboards that I was just trying out to see how I liked them before I made like something a bit more concrete. The other thing I don't like about them is that I got a label maker. Before I made the dashboards, I would use the label maker and make these labels, which also were very faded. This was like the first cash envelope I made. And I love it. It's really pretty. We are going to use this again. And I'm probably going to make some more, but I would like to get some that actually have hole punches so that they can go in there. But it does fit the money really well. And um, so we're going to work with what we have right now um, and then come back to that. And I do need some equipment. So we are going to use that. And you'll see I have to change something on here. But anyway, I hate these. They're hard to get open. They're hard to like they stick sometimes, and you have to really um, get in there. Plus, these I bought on Amazon, and they didn't fit in here, so I actually had to cut the bottoms of them off. Whereas in this one, they they definitely fit. Let me see if I can get a full one out. Like you can just see the size. They actually fit these, and they don't fit in these. So I just wasn't a huge fan. This one is going to become vacation, but for now we're going to leave it as summer fun. I do like that. I made all those on Canva, and I'd like to get them on cardstock. This one I just wrote, and that one I just wrote on one. And this one was clothes, and you can see how that doesn't really fit there. And so it's just kind of a big old pain in the butt. And then this one was for taxes, and that didn't work either because I always have way more money, and so I was using up all of my bills, of these bills. So the denominations were just they only went to 100. And you get to the point where you have thousands of dollars in savings for your taxes, and you kind of need somewhere to put that. So anyway, like I said, it just this doesn't work. So I am going to figure out a way to um, make some really pretty ones, and I have a lot of ideas for that actually with like cardstock. So this is cardstock that I got at Michael's. and then I just cut it to fit, and it's rough. It was my first go. And it still works. Like, you know, it works just fine. And it, like I said, it's really pretty. I love these, so it works out really well. But anyway, we are going to kind of sort all this all over, and I'm going to show you what's going to be in there. These are going to be for actual cash, and then for the stuff that I need to do. So I obviously have to get rid of these, or I have to figure out another use for them. But like I said, I just really hate them. Just really hate them. Okay, so I do need some equipment because right now I'm using this type of microphone because my big old cans don't connect and record, and the audio sounds terrible. And the other thing I noticed is that my actually, we're gonna leave that in there, and then we're gonna just call this month ahead binder, and then we're gonna put $100 for equipment. Okay, so here's what I have to work with. I have 3,578 that I needed to plan for in my savings, and it's just been there, and I've been terrified to use it. And that doesn't help me because I've had the same glasses for almost 9 years now. Wait, yeah, almost 9 years now. And I'm getting really bad headaches all the time. And I'm pretty sure it's because my glasses, the coating has completely wiped off, and there are scratches right where my eyeballs go. And I don't have that problem when I wear my sunglasses. So they did something to these, then messed them up when they made them, because my headaches have been bad this whole time. And it didn't occur to me until recently that it might be my glasses. And in order to like look at my phone or anything, like when I take my glasses off, I can see this much better than when they're on my face. So anyhow, I need new glasses. So I need to go get the exam, and I need to go get the glasses from Sony or somewhere like that. So I've got $150 for that. We'll see if I need more, and if I do, I'll just take it out of my actual pay. Then we have a car fund. I would like to stuff this to, sorry, I didn't start at the top. We have an emergency fund, so $1,500 is going to be in the emergency fund, and I'd like to stuff that to $2,000 and keep it at $2,000. So if I ever have to spend out of there, I'm always stuffing back to $2,000 and then moving on to do something else. We already talked about that. The car fund. I need 3 new tires. So as you can see, I redid some of these because I really, I know that the tires are going to cost me about $400 probably. I live around Salt Lake City, and it's expensive here. But I'd like to stuff this to $1,000 too. So on top of needing tires and going to get tires, because my car is starting to shake a little bit when I drive, which sucks really bad. And the tires that were put on were not balanced properly, and so now they're a mess. This $200 is going to be a buffer for one of my bank accounts, and this one's going to be a $200 buffer for a different bank account. And then I want $1,500 for a vacation for us, but I'm going to start with just 100, so that way I get a little bit of momentum and I kind of hit the ground running. And we'll stuff it to 1,500. The registration and the oil change, I put 325, like I'd like to have 325 in there. I believe last year it was like 180 for me to get my registration, and 200, like it was $40 for the emissions, because we have to do emissions here. And then it was 180 for the actual, no, I don't know. I need to look it up, but it was expensive, and so I'm gonna keep 200 in there because it's around Christmas, and I'm always like late with it, so I'd like to be on time this year. And then I'll need an oil change sometime about the same time I do that, so we'll keep that for the oil change. And my office is kind of a disaster. I'll see if I can put in a picture in here somewhere. My desk is too small. I have two monitors because I'm a bookkeeper by trade. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Amber, and I'm a bookkeeper. And I'm also 42 and I have no retirement. And so I'm trying to work on that and get myself squared away so that I can actually retire and grow a business and do all the things. So uh, anyway, my office is a mess. I have stuff everywhere. If you could see the rest of my desk, like this is really messy to me, but the rest of my desk is a hot mess, and it's too small and too shallow. So I need a bigger desk. I also want a stand desk, one of the ones that lifts up and down. So that's what we're saving for right here. This is kind of like the middle of the road, the lower end of the middle of the road. I've seen $1,200 desks, but I don't need all that. I just want something that goes up and goes down, and I can upgrade it later over time, and then give the one that I'm buying to my kid or something like this. But this is no longer functioning for me to the point that, like, when I'm typing, I'm here, and it's really bothering my arms and my shoulders and all the things. Let's see, the shelving, I'm gonna get wall shelves above this IKEA cabinet I'm looking at. There are two of them. I'm gonna buy two of them. And they have closed door storage so that I can have stuff put away, because right now I just have a collax unit over here and it's a disaster on top of there. And you need something big enough to hold my gigantic printer. So that's what we're looking at here. And then, oh, I need 510, and I'm gonna put 228 in this office makeover folder. And then I'm gonna do a month ahead binder, and that amount for everything is $13.59. And so we're gonna start with 100 and hopefully get to the place where we can stuff just a little bit at a time, and I can have a month ahead. And I'll let you know how that is going. We'll have a tracker for that. And I may get an actual binder just for that, because I see a lot of people doing that and I kind of like it. And then I need equipment. This microphone situation is not working for me. I also am having to use my phone as a camera. And what I'd really like to be doing is having the option to have this holder situation is not working because I want it to be more that way. And right now I'm having to be in the center of my desk and I had to shove a whole bunch of stuff over. What I would like to do is have a different holder for my phone that actually fits this phone, because this phone does not. And I would also like to have a webcam instead of having to use my phone. So, because I do have a Mac Mini that I can hook this up to, and that would also allow me to sign up for a part-time job that I've been wanting to sign up for, but I have to do some stuff that requires a webcam, and I don't have one. And I don't have a laptop anymore. So I legitimately have to buy something in order to apply for that job. And just in general need it. And then I also really want to get, so the webcam, and then I like to figure out how to record better with that as opposed to this guy. Or at least have the option to do this for the top-down stuff and then, be on the computer. I have a couple savings challenges that I created a long time ago. I started to do one and then I stopped because it was about the time that my funds took a major hit and it was not feasible to cash stuff anymore. So this one, it's too tiny. So we're gonna work on that. But this one's for 180. So, and you have different amounts on you. And so I think I'm gonna do that for the equipment. One, I don't know what I actually need, but it'd probably be good to have 180 in there and then just keep stuffing that occasionally with like $2 or $3 in case something breaks. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come up with some other savings challenges to kind of get the rest of these where they need to go. So that's what I'm hoping to do with that, specifically this one and this one and that one and this month ahead binder as well. So that's kind of the setup right now. I think I'm going to continue to use this for equipment. I'm not going to count out the fake money and put the fake money in there right now. I think I want to wait until I have the laminator, I have all the stuff to make some cute things. So that's what I think I'm going to do with that. I don't know if this was boring. If you're still here, I really appreciate you being here. I have just been thinking about this for like a week now and kind of wanted to make this video and show you what I had. Like I said, most of the stuff, like even the money, came off of Amazon. So if that's something that you're looking for, and these definitely came off of Amazon. They were very inexpensive. I think this one at the time, it was a couple years ago, but at the time it was 15 bucks. I've honestly cashed stuff before and had cash in the house, and it was really successful. So my goal is to cash stuff up to a certain dollar amount, and then everything goes to the bank and goes into a big money market account. And if it's a longer term savings, like let's say this vacation fund, we'll have a time frame set and a goal set for when we're doing that, and then I'm going to put that money into like a money market account so I can get a higher yield back for those funds. And then we're also eventually going to start investing, but for now my goal is just to get the money. I've never really done money market accounts, I've never done CDs, so I really want to see how that all goes together and how it works, and if it's a good system for me, and start there and then work my way into doing a little more high risk things, especially right now with the markets being as volatile as they are. I'm not in any rush. So I'm kind of hoping in a couple of years that'll calm down, and then we can start diving into that, or find my way into some more secure funds that are not attached to money grabbing assholes like Elon Musk. So anyway, I hope that you are having a good day. If you have any suggestions on where to get some, like I said, I'm going to make some, but I'd also like to get some that are not like this, but will work in this. I think this is, I can't recall what size this is, but it's actually supposed to be for a, like a planner. So anyway, yeah, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys have a good day. I hope this was helpful or informative or just kind of, I don't know, I like to watch what people are doing. And so I thought maybe you might enjoy seeing what I'm doing. And this is just gonna get better from here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to come back and learn more about how I'm coming along in my journey. And I hope you have a good day. See ya. Bye.